What you're about to experience are my opinions and truths. I'm suggesting they're possibilities for you to consider, in which you can then come up with your own logical conclusions. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who should I blame so it's not my fault? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow decoders around the world, wherever you may be, my name is Logan and this is Decode Your Reality, and today we're going to be breaking down and decoding the mirror. This will be Mirror Decoded. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to really ask you to throw on a pair of headphones, get settled in, get strapped in. This one is going to really blow your mind. And the song I have playing, the instrumental version from the amazing band, if you're into heavy metal, Slipknot, Corey Taylor and company, and this is going to be a large portion of this decode, this song called The Devil and I. Because that's what's in the mirror, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show all of you that. So let's get moving with all of this. And just starting this thing off with a bang, with some fun. Most of you that have a car, have you ever looked in the rearview mirror and saw this little message on the bottom? Objects in mirror. Oh, I spelled it wrong on the... I got a little typo there. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. And it's a 135. And what's really fascinating about this is when you mirror the 135 and you get the 531 and you add them up, you get 666. And if you really kind of go to numerology, and I hope I come back to this and remember to do this, because 666 is a 27, it's a 999, it's a 27. And just for fun, like how could something so simple in the rearview mirror, in the side mirror, how can something so simple come to something so maximized here? And I'm going to show all of you that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the intro, the quick intro, along with the song by the great band Slipknot, The Devil and I. So number one, we're going to go through the topics. Number one, I'm not your devil anymore. That's right. Once you know when you look in the mirror. Number two, twins. Number three, Devil and I. And number four, Michael and the Dragon. And of course, I'm going to ask you what you saw. But there are the top four categories, including the intro on the board. Let's jump right into this with the first one. I'm not your devil anymore. If you know that song by Slipknot, the song that was playing, it may still be playing. I don't know the instrumental version of it. I'm not your devil anymore. And so let's get started, ladies and gentlemen, with the mirror. The word mirror. Folks, this one's going to really blow your mind. I did a sneak peek on this on my What's Your Question 51, but here's the mirror, 18, which of course is you looking in the mirror. It's the Christ. As I have been saying for a very long time now, many of you have been saying, you're Jesus Christ. You're having the Jesus Christ superstar experience, the 18. And when you say the word 18, you get 33. And if you flip the 33 and you put it in the mirror, you're going to get 33. It's going to be an EE, but nonetheless, 33. What the age of crucifixion for the Christ? 33. You see how beautiful? And this is Chaldean only here, ladies and gentlemen. So really, this is probably the gem of the decode here. This one's going to really use, a lot of you are going to be like, wow. So mirror is 18, and 18 is not a prime number, but the number 61 is a prime number through mathematics. So I decided to take a look at this through the golden ratio, and there it was. Bam! Right there. Can you see it, ladies and gentlemen? It's not exact, but it's exact. You can see it right there. It's just so beautiful how this whole code works. I know some of you are going to be like really fickle. Well, it should be the 61 here. I know you'd say that, but you can clearly see the mirror. It's mirrored. And there's the 61 and 18. And when you do it through mathematics, when you add it up, you get the 79. And when you stare in the mirror, you're looking at gold, because we're talking about a reality that survives, lives off of the energetic exchange of our emotions through gold, from lead to gold. When you look in the mirror, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, you're having the Jesus Christ superstar experience, and you're all gold. The transmutation of lead to gold. So the reason why I chose this song, I've been playing this song for a couple weeks now. It was just kind of randomly, and lo and behold, here I am decoding it. But just like that, what is the mirror of the 18? The true mirror, 81. And this is part of the lyrics in that song by Slipknot. I'm not your devil anymore. So ladies and gentlemen, what is this saying? You're the devil. Once you stop blaming, once you stop looking for external sources, you become the devil. You're the one who makes your own sins and faults. So this is the big secret here, released through a song by Slipknot and Corey Taylor and company. I'm not your devil anymore. And I got more to show you, ladies and gentlemen. How about this one right here? You want to see something hilarious? So here it is in Judaism, the tree of knowledge. Now you can add on good and evil, but that's just describing the tree of knowledge. Here it is through the original text, through the original Aramaic/Hebrew. It's the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. And what is the tree of knowledge? Realizing that you can't be blaming anything anymore. It's you. You're the devil. Be the best little devil you can be. That's the knowledge. And when you bring it into alchemy, we get this element right here, thallium. And folks, you ready to have your mind blown? So let's go to thallium real quick on the periodic table. And look at it here it is right here, thallium, and it means green twig. If you haven't checked out my Cannabis Decoded, this is all tied to cannabis. But you come down to the uses and properties to describe this picture, and look what it says. The image reflects the origin of the element's name, its toxicity, and its use in the manufacture of what? Reflective glass. Folks, if you think that the Royal Society of Chemistry are in cahoots with the band Slipknot, and band Slipknot is in cahoots with the Royal Society of Chemistry, and they titled this in the song, in their lyrics, they wrote the lyrics based upon alchemy, ladies and gentlemen. If you really think you want to go that far, thinking that mankind's coding anything, well, I'd ask you to really put yourself in check, because it's right there. Has nothing to do with music, has nothing to do with Slipknot, has nothing to do with the mirror, but it has everything to do with it, because it's right there, the image explanation that they use right there. It's right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty hilarious if you ask me. So let's get into the next topic now, twins. This is for some of you that are Geminis. Now, we're all going to be Gemini because you all have a third house of astrology. Some of you may have planetary positions there, but we all have Gemini in our astrological sign. So we all are going to have this apply to us, whether you're a straight up Gemini or not. You could be a Gemini sun, Gemini moon. Jupiter could be in Gemini. You may have a bare Gemini house, but you're still going to have Gemini playing out its role in whatever house it's in. And so the mirror being the 18 in the moon. What's really fascinating, you get the two wolves here, the twins. Just different colors. And then we flip that. We go from 18 to 81. That's the true mirror of this number right here, just from the word mirror in Chaldean. And so what would be the tarot card for the 81? Because this is the 18th tarot card. That's why I got it here. So mirror's 18, this is the 18th card, the moon. Some say the moon is a reflection of the earth. May just be that. But the 18 is the 81. Now, there is no 81st tarot card. So what we have to do is we have to take the 81 and we got to subtract how many total tarot cards there are, using kind of the rules of Francis Bacon. If you know what that is, but there are a lot of people use 78 cards in the deck. So you take 81, you subtract 78, and you're going to get 3. You're going to get 3, and it's the Empress. And this is the third card in the deck. And where does the third card fit in the astrological zodiac wheel? Inside the sign of Gemini, the 2 twins. And what are we talking about? The mirror, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini representing the 2 twins. This is how dialed in this code is. And if you do 77, it's going to be 4. It's going to be the Emperor, and the Emperor is the 4th card of the deck, and the moon rules the 4th house. So it's going to go either 3 to 4, but this is the true essence using the 78 right there. How about that? There's the Gemini, the 2 twins. And we all have this in our astrological charts, and here they are. It's Castor and Pollux in the sky. Gemini, the number 19. And the number 19 is linked to the devil. This is the devil and I. This is you and me. You and I are the devil, ladies and gentlemen. Again, forget about if you're a Gemini. We're all Gemini. It doesn't mean you're not Gemini if you're not a Sun Gemini. That's just one piece of astrology. But you're the devil inside of you. It's the devil and I working with the supernatural. The 19, which is going to tie to the word master. Master is 19, apex is 19, and it's tied to the sun. Sun is the light that comes down and becomes man or woman. And now you get the devil and I and the 2 twins. And it's going to form the trifecta, and we're going to get into that. So here are the actual names in Greek for the 2 twins. Dioscuri, or Dioscuri, however I probably butchered that, but it's 27. So now we're going to bring in alchemy into that, right? And it's going to be cobalt. It's going to be cobalt. Castor and Pollux is 52, which is prison planet. But anyway, it's the 27 through alchemy, and you get cobalt. And I mean, just look at the icon, the Royal Society of Chemistry. You want to talk about a mirror? What do you see here? Well, in the very middle, it's the goblin. Okay, this means goblin. And then what do you see on both sides? You get a mirror of the dragons. It's right there. You can't miss it. 2 dragons facing one another, and you get the goblin in the middle, right there, representing the sun. So you have a trifecta here, the devil and I. Okay, that's you and me. So Castor and Pollux is going to fit the 2 dragons, and then you get the leader here, which seemingly is leading towards the sun, which is the devil. I mean, right there, you can't miss it. It's pretty easy to see. So let's get into the next topic now, ladies and gentlemen. Devil and I. This is the actual song from the band Slipknot. Here's kind of a little snapshot of it, the devil and I. But what I decided to do is, the and in, those are filler words. I'm going to break that down, but the 2 subjects are what are important here for this decode of mirror. It's devil and I. And it's the 19 and the 1, the 191. But it's going to give you the number 20 when you add it up. 20 is going to lead to duality. And what does duality mean? The black and the white, the 2 twins. It's 2. Duality means 2. The mirror. Duality meaning you're inside of, this is the house of mirrors. The only competition is you when you look in the mirror. That's it. You're your own devil. That's it. Stop complaining and go make a utopia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to take a look at, as I normally do, the release dates of these songs. And then we want to get a picture tied to the cards, the tarot, and that's what we're going to do. So the release date off of the CD, we're going to start with that first. The CD, the single came out first, but the CD came out on October 7th. An October 7th card in the tarot is the 2 of Pentacles. This can be card number 66, 6 and 6. You put them next to one another, they look like they're a mirror of one another. But what do you see here? Well, you get the devil and I. You have the 2 twins on either side right here. And then you get the devil in the middle. And that forms your kundalini and all that kind of stuff. just off of the card of the release date of the album. And this Two of Pentacles, of course, comes from the Two of Diamonds. So the October 7th card is the Two of Diamonds. The Two of Diamonds converts into the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Diamonds is the 28th card in the deck, which is super interesting because October 7th can be written 107, and 107 is the 28th prime number. But what really fascinates me here is that the word Kundalini equals 28. And what do you think rises up inside of you if you base it off the chakras, the two serpents? The Kundalini rises. What do you think this represents right here? The Kundalini. This is one of the Jesus Christ cards right here. 66th card in the deck. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, 31 degrees north, 35 degrees east, 31 and 35, 66. This is you balancing out your little devils. Your two eyeballs, your two arms, your two legs. It's the devil and I. The Castor and Pollux, the Gemini, the two twins inside of you, the two serpents inside of you, the Kundalini rising, chasing that photon of light. And there it is. Here is the Kundalini right here. Here are the Castor and Pollux inside of all of us. The two serpents, the transverse electromagnetic wave chasing after the pulse of light. Right here. And check out my Ride the Light Decoded. I brought all this stuff and broke it all down right here. So it's really fascinating about this number 28 because here are the first 4 perfect numbers in mathematics. If you don't know what a perfect number is, press pause and go do research on it. But number 28 is the second perfect number. And we're talking about duality. We're talking about the mirror. And the mirror is going to involve 2 things, and this is the second perfect number, and 28 is tied to Kundalini, which is tied to this card, which is tied to this card, which is tied to the release date of this album about the devil in I. That's you and I, folks. It's light inside your body. You're chasing it with the 2 electromagnetic waves called your Kundalini. It's all right here, ladies and gentlemen. Even the 2 right there, you got 1 and 2, Castor and Pollux, the devil and I. Okay. And then what about the actual album, the single, I'm sorry. The single came out on August 24th. Here's the August 24th card right here. It's the 2 of Wands found from the 2 of Clubs. This is card number 24. Card number 24. It's tied to the letter X. And you can clearly see right there are the 2 twins. The 2 wands and then the individual stand. So it's the devil and I, right? It always forming that you're looking for that trinity here, the trifecta, but you got the 2 wands representing the 2 serpents, representing Castor and Pollux, the Gemini, and then it's you holding the world in the palm of your hand. And the 2 of Clubs is the card that is representing the March 24th. It's the 15th card in the deck. And just like that, now you're going to get into Lucifer, the light bringer, and Lucifer is tied to Kundalini because Lucifer's 28. Kundalini's 28. Architect is, 28. Phosphorus, the light bringer, according to the Greeks. And what's really fascinating is being the 15th element, this being the 15th card found from this August 24th. And if you bring it into the major arcana, you're going to get the devil card. So this is the minor arcana from the 2 of Clubs, is the 2 of Wands. But if you go to the major arcana, you go right to the devil, and there's that trifecta again. You get the Castor and Pollux and then the devil and I. It's the transverse electromagnetic wave chasing after the pulse of light. It's the light. The devil is the light. It comes down here to play the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's the light bringer. Without the light, you got no game. Just got to look, how do you see it? Go in a pitch black room and go look in the mirror. You going to see anything? No, you need light for that. There's no devil unless if it's pitch black. You need light to see yourself. The light bringer exposes that. 30th demiurge. It's just so easy to see this kind of stuff. So if I decided to take the full title of the song here, The Devil in I. That's the actual title of the song. Broke down the subjects. Now we're going to add the filler words the and in. And I'm going to show through the expressions of the tarot to get the picture how beautiful this is. You can do this with a lot of these statements that we say on the world stage here. So this word right here, one of the most used words in our vocabulary, the. And it's a 14. The word time equals 14. The word God equals 14. The word Satan equals 14. The word cube equals 14. The word box equals 14. I don't know if cube does, but box is 14. But here it is. It starts off with the temperance. So the devil. Here's the Kundalini right there. The two goblets representing Castor and Pollux. And then it goes into the devil, which is the sun, which is light. So it's a yin-yang light, the balancing of the light. And then going in, there's the devil, the 1-5, but it's a 6, and it's the Lover's card. There is that trifecta again. It's the mirror of each other, the Kundalini, the Castor and Pollux, and then I. And we now have the Magician. This is what it looks like. 14, 19, 6, and 1. And when you say these through numerology, ladies and gentlemen, you get this 103, which is super fascinating because 103 is the 27th prime number. And remember what I said about 666? It's the 27 right there. And what did I say? Hey, we started at the very beginning. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. See how ridiculously scripted this reality is? Just randomly picking stuff. But this is the narration, the devil in I. I mean, this guy right here, he's holding his hand up, the magician, or this character, reaching for the sun, for the rays of the sun to come down, as above, so below. You got the 8 over there over its head. 19 is the 8th prime number. This is the 19th card. The devil inside I. So you go from duality to singularity. But you're still going to have the duality inside of you because you get the two serpents, the Kundalini inside of you. The devil and I just found from this. And just going back to alchemy again, we go right back to cobalt. Cobalt is the chaos and order, the duality of this reality. And there is again those two dragons. What is the dragon in Chinese culture? It's the 5th house, and that's tied to the Leo and the sun. Right there, we go right back to the 19. It's pretty easy to see. Remember, Gemini's 19, Master's 19, Apex is 19. See, it's just so easy to see this stuff when you have all the pictures, but there are the two twins, the two dragons right there. Plain as day. This is the icon the Royal Society of Chemistry uses to represent this element called cobalt. Chaos and order, the two dragons. So let's get into the next topic now, which is my last topic, is Michael and the dragon. Michael and the dragon. And we go right to theology here, to show you how ridiculously scripted theology is into all this, into the science of numbers, numerology, into alchemy. It's Revelation 12 verses 7, which talks about Michael fighting the dragon. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, and yet look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's the two dragons right there. I mean, Michael is 22, and the mirror of Michael in 22 is dragon 22. And this is going to be cobalt right here. The two dragons are right there. Why I'm saying this is because when you do the numerology of Revelation 12 verses 7, I had to modify this because it's going to reduce down, but 12 is 12, 7 is 7, 39 plus 12 plus 7 is 58. Look at the weight of cobalt, 58. 58, 27. 27 is tied to what? 666. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. That's just a cosmic joke, ladies and gentlemen. You're inside 666. The number of the beast is you, it's me. The so below beast is mankind. The mirror, you're the two twins inside of you. Right there. And they're you can't, I mean, come on. The two dragons are on this icon in Revelation 12 verses 7, which talks about Jesus Michael fighting the dragon, and there they are. Look at these two mirrors of one another. I mean, really? And we're not living in a scripted, predestined reality. Of course we are. All this stuff lining up like this. And so this 58, as most of you know, is going to be Puppet Master. Here's the 27th card in the tarot. One version of it. Look at this. They were fighting against one another. This is the 27th card in the deck. 27's tied to cobalt. Cobalt's 58. Revelation 12 verses 7 is 58. And they were fighting, and look at what this card is doing right here. They're all fighting. You can't get any more simpler than that. It's got the V on it. V is the Roman numeral 5. 5 in the 5th house of astrology is Leo, the lion, ruled by the sun. Michael, Jesus, the sun, dragon, the sun, the sine wave, the S wave coming down here to play out the game. Fighting and battling. This is what religion is 27, sports is 27, currency is 27. This is the 27th card in the deck. What do you think people do with religion? They fight, they debate about who's right and who's wrong. It's ridiculous. It's just an energetic exchange. All this stuff, this is all right here. Now you have the eyes to see it. 127 is the 31st prime number. You mirror 31, you're going to get pi backwards. It's just so simple to see this stuff once you have all the eyes to see it, ladies and gentlemen. And then you get the puppet master, 58, found from that weight of cobalt, 58. Found from that scripture, Revelation 12, verses 7, which talks about the two dragons, and they're right there. And the two dragons, Michael and the dragon, are mirrors of one another. Just a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. You can see we live in a predestined, scripted reality. Mankind could never code anything like this, ever in a million years. You'd never get anything done. Too many moving parts. So this is what it looks like right here. It's a good artist's illustration of how our reality, I feel, works. Again, I'm going to say, I feel it works this way. You have, us as the marionettes and the marionettist up here. You have the trifecta. This is what you have, the trifecta. You have Michael and the dragon, right? Inside, the Jesus and Lucifer inside of you, the good cop, bad cop, the yin and the yang inside of you, the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere. And what controls it all is the puppet master. The 58. We just go back here, which talks about Revelation 12, verses 7. Something has to rule over it all through the context of these stories. And then if you just bring the devil in here, look at you can see it here. The devil's right there. And then here is us, the male and female, the Castor and Pollux, the two twins. And there's your trifecta, just like that. It's really simple to see all this kind of stuff. Really, really simple to see all this kind of stuff. So it really comes down to the human being. And, what's really fascinating, you start looking at like lightning bolts. If you start to go out, especially those of you that are still in wintertime in the Tropic of Cancer up in the northern hemisphere, you're going to look at the trees. The trees are going to be bare, and you're going to see these branches. And they start off with a single branch, and then they move off. They yield off to the left and to the right, and they just create this left and right, left and right, left and right. And that's how our circulatory system looks. And that's exactly how it branches off. Starts here with singularity, and then it branches off into duality. And you get your trifecta, and you're going to get your triangle right here. Right there. It's the eye of providence right there. Okay? The triangle, the all-seeing eye. And it's inside your brain. So you literally have the devil in your brain, and then it branches off into your circulatory system, and you get the left and the right. And then you get the devil and I. The 19 and the 1. 19 being tied to the sun affecting your crown. Go out during the midday, and the sun shining on your crown chakra. So it's the 1, 9, and the 1. And so if we bring these two tarot cards together, it's the devil and I. So you become the magician. This card right here sits in your first house of astrology, which is tied to Aries, the ram, which is ruled by Mars. Mars is the masculine side of the sun. It's got its own power. It's got its own definitions, but this is as above, so below. He's reaching up towards the sun, or it's reaching up towards the sun. The infinity symbol over its head. 19 is the 8th prime number. It's all right there. It's got all the tools of the tarot on the table in front of it. It's got yellow as the background. The sun's yellow right here. It's pretty simple to see. So it's the devil and I. It's this you and the sun. It's me and the sun right here, the 191. And when you say through numerology, these two cards, the sun and the magician, you get the number 61. Look at the magician. It's 33. 18, remember the word 18, which is tied to mirror, is 33. This is you, the magician. All of us have this in our first house, whether you got planets there or not. It's going to be the makeup of who you are, but it's the 61. And just remember, 61 is the 18th prime number. And just like that, you're going to go right back to the mirror, folks. So what do you think is running this reality through you, through me? It's light. There's a lot of other moving parts to all of this. But this is pretty clear here, right here. And it's going to be gold. That's why the sun is representing gold right there. So we have 61. Prometheus is 61st. Promethium is the 61st element. Promethium is the Titan who stole fire and gave it to the humans. Promethium is tied to Lucifer. Lucifer is tied to the light bringer. It's tied to light, the sun. All right, Jesus and Lucifer. And this is what we all make up, is this gold right here from the 61. You can't miss it right here. So the mirror, when you look in the mirror, you're Jesus Christ, you're the devil at the same time. Pick which one you want to live through. Some people just want to be service to themselves the whole entire life. How about you? All that matters is what you answer to that question right there. And it really comes down to this right here. This is my last slide right here. It's the marionettist, and then it's the marionette, which is us. And look at what it equals, 79. And if you want to go even further, this is tied to Elohim. Elohim in the Hebrew is 41. 38 is tied to the actor and actress. Actor and actress is 38. So if I just go here and I type that in, actor an actress. You're going to be one or the other. It's 38, you see? And it's 38. And this is us, the two twins. And essentially, they're the mirrors of one another. If you look at your legs in the mirror, they look identical. Most of you anyway, your hands, they are mirrors of one another. Your eyes are mirrors of one another. Your ears are mirrors of one another. And then there's something that rules it all, and it's the marionettist. It's the puppet master. It's the supernatural, whatever that looks like. The voice in your head, that owns you. And it's all led to gold down here in this reality, and it's mirror, mirror on the wall. And who are you going to blame to take your fall? Well, hopefully nobody at this point. Go out there and make your utopia, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what it's all about. But anyway, that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. What'd you think? Would love to hear your comments. Keep them coming. Just keep them cordial. You know, you don't have to agree with everything I say. It's totally fine. But, you know, these are my truths. That's why I put the statement in the very beginning. But we'd love to hear what you saw. Keep your comments coming. This was a fun decode. And, you know, we'd love to hear back what you got to say. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for today. My name is Logan for Decode Your Reality. Until next time, we will see you later.